Before we start working on submitting our form, let's first do a few amendments. First of all, width of our captcha is 206. So let's go back to our captcha.php and amend the width property to match the same width, which is 206. All the rest is fine, so if we close our captcha.php file, now open image.php. I've forgotten about one very important thing. Obviously, after the session start, we need to require once our captcha file, so captcha.php. Because we're not using autoloader here, we simply include this class so that we can call it later on. Now, if we close the image.php file and scroll up to the top, before the doc type definition, we're going to start with the opening and closing tag, PHP tag. We're going to start session underscore start. Once we've instantiated the session, then we start with a message equals null. And now we check if is set post captcha. Then we check if empty session captcha or string to lower trim post captcha doesn't equal session captcha, then message will equal paragraph with the class red invalid submission. Else, I'm going to copy this variable here with the message. This time the class will be green. All these styles are defined inside of the CSS folder inside of our core.css file. I've prepared this file earlier, so you obviously have it available together with the exercise files. Then we're going to have valid submission. This is obviously for us now to test it, but if you obviously have some other fields, you would do your own validation. Obviously, this string if is an empty captcha means obviously if captcha has been created, and then if the captcha input inside of the text field matches the captcha generated by the captcha simple captcha class basically. So if these both match, that means someone has typed the correct details, and that's all fine. So we've got this valid submission here. So if we now save the file, go to our browser, refresh it, and you can see the captcha is now displaying. If we refresh it again, the new one is popping up, and so on. So now if we type something, let's type anything, something, and we don't see anything. And the reason why we don't see anything, obviously, because we don't echo this message anyway yet. So if we go to our wrapper, and after the wrapper div, if we echo this message, now if we save the file, go back, refresh the page to resend the information. Obviously the submission was invalid. Now if we type the correct details, there we go, valid submission. So it did match. If we hit again with the empty one, we've got invalid one. So that's how our captcha form works. Now I have realized that our submit form button doesn't really show much here, and this is because I've forgotten to put the surrounding label around the submit button. So label for btn for button class sbm. We've got already styling prepared in our style sheet again, and now we simply have to add id btn here. If we save the file, go back, reload the page, we've got our submit button looking a little bit better now. So that's everything in this tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. Any comments, you know what to do.